Ohio minasan! Welcome back. Today we are playing yet again another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. This episode should finish us off with Chapter 4, which is Turnabout Storyteller. Literally, should be finished in this because there is no investigation part in this chapter. Shocking. It's not the first time they've done that, but hey, it's weird at the same time. Anyway, we should be ending off this so that this week we'll be focusing on the last chapter. Oh my goodness, let's get it started. May 13th, District Court, Courtroom number 4. Now that the sweet buns have arrived, this court is back in session. Go on, Unato, eat up. Ahem. Come on, Unato, eat up. Sorry. He's like, nope. Two. Nice flavor. You can really taste the sake. That was delicious. Yes, a unique sweetness and faint aroma of sake. Yet I hardly think that anyone could pass out from eating something like this. If someone is really that bad with their booze, buddy, I'm totally think somebody could do it. What's the matter, Unato? You're not afraid of a tiny manju, are you? Or are you scared of how many calories it has? Judgy boy, don't bring calories into this. Don't be ridiculous. A sweet little snack like this couldn't possibly, it could never. It really could never. Less bleeding, more eating, witness. Fine. Whatever. Chomp. Like, you guys can't even give us an animation for that? Really, Capcom? Anyway, I'm still going with my theory from yesterday, everyone. See, I told you. It don't affect me in the slightest. He might be a little lightweight, but come on. Nobody's that light. Seriously. Nobody gets drunk off one wheel one. Woo! It looks like it worked. Oh my! Witness, please tell the court your name and occupation. Nobody knows what's going on. Oh, my name is Owen. I'm 5. Oh my god! You're 5 years old? Am I in trouble? Please don't yell at me! So he's Unato's 4th personality? I hardly think a child like him could have a motive to murder the victim. Shut up, Nahuta! I get to do the experimenting and cross-examination here. And even if he had a motive, could he have actually committed the murder? That's a very good point. Owen does appear to be very timid and weak. Ugh. It seems the defense was hoping this hidden persona would be the real killer. I was hoping the hidden persona would have something to connect me to my real killer, so you shut up, Nahuta. But now that he is standing here before us, it is clear that none of Unato's personas can be the killer. Nick! Where can I even go from here? Shisho. Owen, do you know something about what happened to your master? Come on, buddy. Won't you tell Auntie Athena what happened? Because Auntie Athena has nothing scary up her sleeve. What a scary lady. Hey, I'm not scary. Look at Auntie's big smile. That smile is very scary, Athena. Tell me about your master, please. Pretty please with sugar on top? Okay. Shisho was super nice. He always played with me. Just like a real grandpa. Shisho. Athena, do you sense anything behind his words? I sense his sadness. Sadness so pure it's heart-wrenching. It's heart-rending. I don't know what they mean by heart-rending. I'm gonna put heart-wrenching. But no discord. Prosecutor Zamati is right. Owen isn't the killer. But he saw something! But then, don't you find it odd? Find what odd? Let's review what we've learned so far. Tornado rearranged the Karuta cards to pin the blame on Bucky. Well, that's because the original message implicated Owen. But Owen is only 5 years old and absolutely adores Master Tornado. So, someone tried to pin the blame on Owen. Bum, bum, bum. Exactly. The other 3 personas also have no motive for murder. If Owen isn't the true culprit, then the person who first laid out the cards probably wouldn't have been Master Tornado. So then who did it? Defense! Did the appearance of Owen help you figure anything out? Yes, that I need cross-examinations, damn it. Yes, Your Honor. I now know who it was that first laid out the Karuta cards. But I thought it was the victim, right? No, Your Honor. I don't believe it was. The one who first arranged the Karuta cards on the table was none other than the true killer! Like that wasn't a shock to all of you. I believe the person who laid the cards out is the very person who killed Typho Tornado. How quickly you move onto a new target when Owen's theory proves false. You Pokundan! I don't know what a Pokunkan is, but I know I'm definitely not one. And before you start with the sermons, why don't you hear me out first? Hold on one moment. Yes, let's hear the defense's reasonings. Please proceed, Miss Sights. But if you are bluffing, I won't go easy on you. I understand, Your Honor. Now then, please recall the original crime scene. Who did the Karuta card's name when the scene was discovered? Let's see. I believe they indicated the defendant, Bucky Witt. That's right, but we found out that message was originally read Owen 4th. Which would implicate the young boy, Owen. Exactly, and the person who rearranged the cards was undoubtedly Ueno. Uendo. I have said his name wrong this whole time. Why did none of you tell me? Uendo may have kept silent. Uendo may have kept silent, but we can be sure he already knew his master was dead. His tampering with the crime scene using the TV all but proves it. I confess. I tampered with the crime scene. The reason Rendo rearranged the Karuta cards and moved the TV was because he saw the Owen 4th message and was convinced Owen had committed the crime. Right on, Prosecutor Blackwell. It would seem that Owen and the other 3 personalities don't share the same memories. But really, there's no 4th personality. It's just the 3 of us in here. Wendo feared that Owen had killed Master Tornado, so he tried to hide Owen from us. Oh. But it turns out Owen is but a 5-year-old child, incapable of hurting a fly, let alone his beloved master. So naturally the culprit must be somebody else. And this somebody else, the true killer, tried to pin the crime on Owen. I see. That does make sense.
Objection!
Screw you! This is not but conjecture, composed of half-truths and fantasy. Who then do you maintain murdered the victim? I believe Owen might know something about that.
Objection!
Screw you! I refuse to allow such impromptu testimony, and from a 5-year-old no less. Such a young child is incapable of producing anything coherent.
Objection!
But... Your desperation is disgraceful. You should realize when it's time to let go and... I saw it. I saw Shisho getting... Owen! You do know something, don't you? Yes?
Oh my, is that true? If so, we must have Owen testify immediately. Don't you agree, Prosecutor said Muddy?
Yeah.
It's all right, Owen. Go ahead and tell us what you know.
Shisho was standing with the knife in his hand. Blood was dripping onto Shisho's face, getting all red. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared. I passed out. This eyewitness testimony from the moment of the murder. Owen, can you tell us anything else about what you saw? I was so scared. Oh, so scared. Owen! His emotions are spiraling out of control. Something must have really frightened him.
Is he all right?
His emotions are running wild because he's trying to recall something frightening to him. I recommend a therapy session right away.
I see. Yes, please do whatever you can to help this poor boy.
Will do, Your Honor. I'd better find the cause of these out-of-control emotions pronto. That was fast, wasn't it? Yeah, blood was dripping down into Shisho's face. Blood? I don't remember seeing any blood in the crime scene photos. Besides, if the victim was standing upright, how could blood drip down onto his face? As I expected, all we managed to obtain from this child is a tale he dreamt up. Frick you! Nyeh. I guess it's a little weird for blood to drip up the victim's face if he was standing up. Unless it dripped down from the ceiling or something. What do you think, Simon?
He's looking at me like he's disappointed in my reasoning.
I don't know.
I think he was probably on the ground and something was getting on his face.
Maybe it's time for that thing instead. Huh? What thing? That thing you and your cohorts do. Turn about! What do you call it? Rotate your thinking about? Oh, you mean turn your thinking around. Yes, whatever. It's the same thing either way.
Technically, that is true.
No, it isn't. Who's ever heard of rotating your thinking?
Well, apparently Simon has.
I mean, rotate is... Hey, wait a minute. What? You know what, Simon? In this case, I think rotate just might work perfectly after all. Come again? All I have to do is rotate things by 90 degrees. When he saw his master, Owen must have been
lying on the floor.
Owen must have been lying on the floor when he witnessed his master's murder.
What?
That's the conclusion I arrived at when I rotated my thinking by 90 degrees. Which means that all the visuals in my matrix were off by 90 degrees.
And?
You're gonna see! This means Master Tornado was also lying on the floor, which solves another mystery.
And which mystery is that? Come on, Judgy boy. Please.
The mystery of how the blood could have been dripping into the victim's face. It becomes much easier to imagine how that could happen if he was lying down. Like someone bleeding into Master Tornado from somewhere up above him. I remember now. Someone was standing up on top of Shisho.
Yep, that goes a little bit of the noise.
So trying to recall his master's bloody killer is what spooked Owen originally. The blood that stained the victim's face red came from the person sitting on top of him. The victim was holding a knife, so he likely nicked his attacker as he was fighting back. This means his assailant was injured on their face somewhere. Like the forehead, perhaps.
Is that why her hair is pink? Is she wearing a wig? Ooh.
Assuming the victim and his attacker were face to face, then yes. I see. So that is what happened. But if I recall correctly, the accused has a fresh bandage on his forehead, does he not?
Oh, fuck you. I'm sorry for the language. I let that slip. Fish sandwich on you!
That injury of Mr. Wetz is conclusive evidence that he committed this murder.
Not until you freaking prove it, buddy. No, it ain't evidence till you prove that was his blood at the scene.
Why?
Damn it!
It seems you have dug yourself into a pit you cannot crawl out of.
Shut up! I still have to get rid of the other noise, so you go screw yourself.
No! Even though I figured out the reason for Owen's out-of-control emotions, all I did was raise further suspicion against my client.
What do I do now? You continue getting rid of freaking noise. Do you not understand this?
What's the matter? You aren't thinking of throwing in the towel, are you? But it looks so bad for Bucky. I mean, he has both motive and opportunity. Plus,
Plus, he has that injury on his forehead. So, as long as his blood wasn't found at the crime scene, I ain't considering it.
Your Honor, I sense the defense is finally ready to let it go and move on. No, I'm not! Objection! Well, Miss Seitz, I understand that you don't want to give up on your client, but I won't allow you to prolong this trial without a good reason.
Well, that lawyer did her best, but all the signs point to the defendant's guilt.
Maybe it's time she gave up. She tried everything she could.
I really don't want to back down, but...
Silence.
Thank you!
Oh, he's so disappointed in us. Athena? Are you having doubts about Bucky's innocence?
I wouldn't say that.
I really wouldn't. Do you remember what you said to Bucky earlier this morning? You mean you believes me, ma'am?
Of course, no matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end.
Were those just empty words?
Of course not. It's just that all the cards are stacked against us.
Are you still stuck on that line of thinking? I'm sorry, guys. I was happy that we got that animation. That's all I care about. Motive, opportunity, and an injury on his forehead? Is that all it takes to make you stop believing in your client? Tell me again, who are you to Bucky?
I'm his Miss Chickadee lawyer.
Then do your duty and believe in him until the very end.
I will. Simon's absolutely right. I'm Bucky's lawyer, and he's depending on me.
Defense team, please, no fighting in my courtroom!
The defense is ready to resume, Your Honor. Prosecutor Blackwell was just giving me a pep talk, that's all.
Thank you, prosecutor. Thank you so much. I don't need this lady not listening to me. I didn't do it for your sake. I did it for the future of Wet Soba.
Yeah, I got it. The defense would like to now continue with Owen's therapy session.
Owen, would you be all right with that?
Okay. So somebody was sitting on top of Shisho, bleeding from their head, and smushing something into Shisho's face. That's funny.
What is?
I can still hear discord in Owen's voice, but I don't sense any inconsistencies between his statements and his emotions. And there don't seem to be any contradictions in his testimony itself either.
You say so, but, I find a contradiction. So that's it, huh?
Did you figure something out?
Your ability to sense emotions is making you focus too much on his feelings, Athena. But there's actually something he's being very vague about in his testimony. If you can clarify what he's feeling uncertain about with some evidence, you should be able to move forward from there.
Okay. That makes sense. I'll give it a try. I'll just update the mood matrix with the new information and we'll be ready to go. So I just need to present some evidence on what Owen's being vague about, huh?
Objection! Yep, that's what I have an issue with.
Let's put a name to the thing Owen's uncertain about, shall we? By identifying the murder weapon that was used to suffocate the victim. Fortunately for us, I spy the murder weapon right here in the crime scene photo.
Unfortunately for you, I spy nothing of the sort. That's because you're stupid without realizing what the murder weapon was. It's a murder case of Soba. What do you think would kill the victim? Soba!
And the police did not spy anything of the sort during their investigation either. Pray tell, where is this murder weapon you see?
You don't see it because it no longer looks the way it did when it was used as a weapon. This is what the killer pressed into Master Tornado's face. Take that! The mysterious person that Owen saw pressed Soba into the victim's face, thereby suffocating him.
I grow weary of your tasteless jokes. How could anyone commit murder with soft, delicate soba? The noodles would instantly fall apart if they were pressed into someone's face.
Well, I'm talking more about when it was a dough! You idiot!
Yes, I agree.
Well, I disagree. There is a way the soba could have been used to suffocate the victim.
But what? You will explain your theory at once, Miss Sights.
To kill Master Tornado, the culprit must have smothered him with
uncut soba dough.
I realize we're not in the mood matrix anymore. I'm sorry. The culprit must have used the soba before it was cut into noodles. In other words, the murder weapon was raw soba dough.
What? Bum 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 ba-da. I solved the case. Order! Order in the court! Yes, soba dough could definitely be used to suffocate someone, couldn't it?
He's gonna point this towards my client then, isn't he? Are you alright, Prosecutor Samadi?
He's gonna point towards my client!
I was just letting the soul of the victim know that the accused will finally face justice thanks to the foolish lawyer before me.
Fish sandwich on you!
Huh? What are you talking about?
Allow me to summarize your statements. The accused was killing the victim. He was slashed in the face with the victim's knife. The weapon he used to suffocate the victim was the dough in the dressing room. He then disposed of the murder weapon by cutting soba dough into noodles.
Ack! I think anybody could cut dough into noodles.
Ack, why you smarmy!
Oh, Nahuta, I want you dead.
Afterwards, the accused put the victim's face into a bowl of soba noodles and broth to wash off the blood that had dripped onto the victim's face from his own. And there you have it, the true sequence of events behind this foul affair.
No, we don't! You mother bloobernoggin boober dick! You boober dick.
Now just wait a minute! I never once said that Mr. Wit was the culprit!
Who but the accused knows how to cut dough into noodles, defense?
Everyone? It's not that goddamn hard, buddy! That's a very good point, Prosecutor Samadi. I heard that cutting soba dough into uniform noodles requires considerable training.
I wouldn't think so. Plus, I technically could see how they used the noodles that were in the fridge. I remember that little bit of tidbit that he had one set of noodles in his fridge. He was making fresh noodle dough. So if the noodles in the bowl aren't the noodle dough, wonder what the noodle dough turned into.
But then what about the dying message? How do you explain that? The defendant wouldn't have known about Unedo's Owen personality.
Perhaps the victim was simply playing with cards, and they hold no other meaning.
Screw you! They do!
you? Do you not see that they made a name and they had fourth, meaning fourth personality? I'm sorry, they meant something. Screw you. Try again.
Perhaps he spelled out Owen's name in jest, sometime before his murder.
That's true. From Owen's testimony, it's clear that Master Tornado cared for the boy. It appears we've arrived at a compelling conclusion.
No, we have not. I still am questioning Owen. He is still in a therapy session. Go screw yourself.
Taken together, all these points paint a convincing picture of the defendant's guilt.
Hold it! Owen, is there anything you can tell us? It doesn't matter how small of a detail. Anything will do.
Oh, you're scaring me.
Crap. Oh, I'm sorry, Owen. Auntie Athena didn't mean to raise her voice. I have to be gentler with him. I can't forget he's only 5 years old. No need to be scared, okay, sweetie? Just tell us anything you can remember.
Well, when I woke up, the person who killed Shisho was standing over me, bleeding from their head.
Owen, you saw the killer's face?
Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart, got lost in the game. Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't be singing right now.
So, who was it, Owen? Do you remember?
I don't know who it was.
I'm picking up some noise. That means there's still something to uncover in Owen's testimony. Screw you!
I don't know what Owen saw, but suffice to say, we are analyzing the dreams of a child. You've wasted enough of our time, defense. Let it go and move on.
Screw you! Try again! I'm getting to the bottom of my case! No! There's still some discord in Owen's heart that needs to be addressed. Therefore, I can't give in here.
Owen, do you think you can continue your testimony for us?
Oh, okay. I'll enter the new info and run an update then.
Why aren't you happy? Why are you freaking happy? That is my question.
Despite witnessing the culprit's terrible crime firsthand, Owen experienced a positive feeling of relief.
The person the witness saw was no stranger. Rather, it was the accused. Therefore, it is only natural that he felt some level of relief when he saw a familiar face. Defense, end this madness and sully your soul no more.
No! Go screw yourself! Owen, who did you see?
That nice smell. I love the smell of that perfume. Oh! I was right. I was right all along. Ooh. Interesting. You have just solved my case for me. Thank you, Owen. And no more noise.
Bye-bye.
It's the smell of
You can do it. Try to remember, Owen.
the smell of
Owen!
It seems Owen is now resting in the infirmary. They certainly have their hands full today down there. Let's continue with the trial.
Despite Owen's testimony, it is the opinion of this humble servant of the Holy Mother that you are a crackpot who didn't pay attention to the fact that he said perfume! You loser! But the child's words were insignificant to clear the accused of suspicion. No, but they're enough to go and indict somebody else. But what about the scent of perfume Owen mentioned? I believe it's a clue that will lead us to the true culprit.
But there are thousands of perfumes in the world.
Yes, but only one perfume belonging to somebody who knew about Owen. It could even be the scent of the hair product the accused uses.
He does have one amazing hairstyle, so that's certainly possible.
The witness is a 5-year-old boy. He cannot tell the difference between conventional perfumes and hair products.
Screw you!
Ugh! Why couldn't you have gone for a crew cut or something, Bucky? What's more, the only person who can cut soba noodles with such precision is the accused and no other.
Oh man, how am I supposed to argue with that? Simple. I point out somebody else in the crime scene. Come on, Athena, get with the program here.
And so, the person Owen saw at the scene of the crime can only be the accused, Bucky Witt.
Huh? Dots. Question. What the? Hey! I never use hair product or anything with a smell. I want something like that smell get into the soba. Boom! Check it!
Mr. Wet, aren't you supposed to be resting in the infirmary?
Whatever. You think I wear my soba stinko perfume? Try that chill soba for yourself and see. I believe we have no choice but to try it. Strictly for examination purposes, of course. Yes, strictly for examination purposes. Now then, let's dig in, shall we? Wait, if the soba from the fridge was used, what'd she do with the dough? I meant somebody was eating dumplings. Somebody was eating dumplings! She fed the dough with that killed her master to the dog! Oh my god, I just figured that out. I'm sorry, it was bugging me this whole time. I was like, obviously she had to use the pre-done noodles that were in the fridge because there was nothing in the fridge. But what did she do with the dough if she can make it into noodles? That was delightful. Ahem. Well, I am satisfied that there are no traces of hair product or perfumes in Mr. Wet Soba. Sweet buns, bean buns, and now savory soba. What a delectable trial this has been.
This texture is different from the soba I had the other day. It reminds me of a dish we have in Korean called banupun.
What do you think, Miss Jiggity? My soba is pretty good, isn't it?
It's delicious, don't you think so, Simon?
It still pales in comparison to his late father's cuisine. Simon, why you always gotta be so hard on me? Get out of the courtroom! Bailiff, take the defendant back to the infirmary at once for some rest. Rest? Hey, I ain't no one for plain old weedy udon dough, you know? I'm fresh like soba. You don't let soba do rest. It's about the free freshness of soba. Frying the seed fresh. Cut the tool fresh. Boil the noodle fresh. Good grief, what a defendant!
At least Bucky wasn't the source of the perfume smell. Wait, smelly perfume?
Are you finally getting my connection, Athena?
It looks like you've remembered something.
The phrase smelly perfume reminds me of a certain somebody.
Oh, and who might that be?
There's only one person that comes to mind. The phrase smelly perfume reminded me of this person. Take that!
Karu Tornado? Tornado? Yes, she did smell very nice, didn't she?
Just a moment, Defense. You would throw suspicion on Geru now because of a scent.
Yes. She no longer has an alibi, buddy. She has no freaking alibi.
Your Honor, there is no need to go along with these ever-changing claims of the defense.
I suppose their claims have been awfully inconsistent.
But Keru could have been at the crime scene.
Yes, but...
You'll get to see those balloons of hers if we call her back to the witness stand.
Playing on the judge.
How vulgar. His Honor is not interested in such things.
He is, buddy. You need to get with the times. Ahem! Setting the matter of her balloons aside entirely, I do believe it's appropriate to ask Geru some questions given the circumstances. This has nothing to do with her balloons, of course.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bukunka!
Hey! Thank you for calling this disciple of the Tornado School of Rakugo back to her for an encore.
Oh, God.
It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Keru Tornado! 1, 2, balloon!
What wonderful balloon artistry!
Your Honor, please? Now then, what would you like me to make for you this time? Actually, I called you back for more testimony. But I'm all talked out! This case has left me completely deflated! What? You didn't find that funny? Aw. Anyway, what exactly is going on, Simon?
It seems the person who murdered Master Tornado was wearing perfume.
And you were the only one I could think of who wears perfume. Wait, you mean I'm a suspect now?
Yes, I'm indicting you for his murder because, God, lady, you are suspicious. You've been suspicious from the moment you entered this hall.
Keru, you knew about Owen, right? Well, yes, I often played with him at Shisho's request. So that means you could have left that fake dying message, right? But what? Just because I wear perfume and know Owen?
Yes, lady, yes. Those are suspicious things.
You think I'm a murderer? Oh, how could you? The witness is absolutely right. With no evidence but the distorted memories of a small child.
Screw you.
It is outrageous of the defense to accuse this woman. That's right! You don't even have any proof! You may step down from the stand, Geru.
No, she cannot. I'm indicting her. We're getting testimony.
The defense has one scrap of evidence that connects you to the crime. Wait just 1 minute! I may not have proof, but testimony is still... Enough! Screw you! Testimony counts no matter who the frick it comes from until it's proven false. So, screw you!
Please feel free to leave, Geru.
But I'm so close, there must be something I can do. Indict her. Indict her. Well, if the prosecutor says it's okay, then I guess I'll be going now.
Silence!
Oi, Geru! You're an entertainer, aren't you? Goater. Once you go on stage, it's your duty to complete your performance, is it not? So what are you doing leaving the halfway through? I knew it! There's a bandage on Geru's forehead! And since we know that Master Tornado's killer has a cut on their face somewhere...
Impossible!
How did you know, Simon? I didn't, but I had to take a chance and see for myself. Otherwise, your theory would remain a groundless accusation. Your Honor, Prosecutor Samadi? The scent of perfume and injury on the forehead? These things are completely consistent with Owen's testimony. In short, the mysterious individual Owen saw in the dressing room could have been Geru.
Miss Seitz! Does this mean you are formally indicting this witness for the murder of Typhoon Tornado?
Shut it up!
Shut up with you! Should your accusation prove to be false, I hope you are prepared to pay the price in full.
Simon, what price is he talking about? I thought that should be obvious. Prosecutor Sadmonk is saying he'll see to it that you never stand in a court of law again. I must say, though, he knows how to make a trial interesting. Just whose side are you on, Simon? Go on, then. Into the deep end with you. You really have but one choice anyway.
Well, Miss Seitz, I'm waiting.
With regards to the witness, Geru Tornado, the defense wishes to indict her! There's no reason for me to hold back, not if I really believe in my client. The defense wishes to formally indict Geru Tornado for the murder of Typhoon Tornado.
I have tried to be merciful, but now not even your pleas will reach the Holy Mother's ears. You will have plenty of time to regret your decision in the pit of hell.
Except I won't need to. The person who murdered the victim was not Mr. Wet. But it was Geru Tornado. Tornado. That bandage is... It's from a silly slip-up I made while cooking yesterday, that's all. What kind of extreme cooking were you doing to cut yourself on the forehead? Well, what can I say? That's what happened. You also don't have an alibi for the period before 4 p.m., do you, Geru? But, I really didn't know anything was wrong until Shisha was found dead. If you don't believe me, then with a twisty twist twist. And boom, there you have it, an adorable little kitty. How could you suspect a cutesy wootsy balloon artist like me? Geru, I've been meaning to say this for a while now, but could it be that you don't have an eye for balloon art? Don't you think I know that? You didn't have to come out and say it. I'm a daughter of a great Rococo artist. I never wanted to do stupid balloon art. I was supposed to be a Rococo storyteller too, just like my late daddy. But Shisho told me to do balloon art instead.
I guess the victim thought she had no talent as a Rakugo artist either.
So, you're still gonna suspect a poor little thing like me?
I'm sorry that this is so high, guys. It's literally the voice I'm chosen for her, and I'm regretting it every second.
But please stop trying to skirt the issue. It all comes down to the scent of perfume and the cut on your forehead. You and the culprit in Owen's testimony share these two traits. You're dead set on accusing me, aren't you? Well, here's what I have for naughty little girls like you with a twisty twist twist. I'ma cut you, witch! Go ahead and make me testify all you want. When the truth's revealed, it'll be your balloon or mine that goes pop. Got it?
She's lost it. She lost it. Oh my! Is that yet another hidden personality?
Simon, is everybody in the tornado school like this?
How should I know? What I did before the murder.
Yeah, I visited the dressing room during during that time to make a courtesy call after my act. Shisho and Owen were in there, but they were just both snoring up a storm. I saw the note Shisho left, so I left. Didn't want to disturb him, you know? The perfume Owen smelled must have been left over from when I visited.
So, Karu's saying she went into the dressing room, but then left right away? Don't take her at her word.
Come on, do you really think I would? I'm just trying to figure out how to get her to talk about what really happened.
Now then, Miss Sights, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Alright, so I'm gonna press your third statement, because that's the one that seems most suspicious to me.
Hold it!
Where did you find your master's note? I don't know, can't remember.
Didn't you notice anything else unusual or out of place in the room?
Well, there was the sake and the half-eaten manju on the table. But I didn't see anything else out of place or whatever in the room, though.
Oh, is that a fact?
Of course it is! What do you think?
And you didn't change anything around while you were there?
I didn't do anything! Look, I'm telling you! I didn't see anything funny near Shisho and I didn't touch anything in the room!
Your boldness, I request that statement be added to Garu's testimony.
Simon! What's a statement like that going to do for us?
Just play along and you'll see soon enough. Ugh. I have no problem with adding that to the testimony, but how about you, Miss Sights?
I have no problem with it either, Your Honor. I always like things getting added to my testimony. What is Simon thinking?
Boom! You liar!
Karu, you said that you didn't notice anything odd or unusual near your master. You also said you didn't touch anything in the dressing room. That's right! What about it? Then I wonder who left that dying message with Karuta cards. What are you getting at? It had to be that Bucky! Sorry, but that's not possible. Because only 3 people knew of Unedo's personalities. Unedo, your master, and you! Eek!
If Bucky had left the Karuta message, he wouldn't have spelled out Owen, he would have spelled out Unedo.
What it boils down to is this. As a member of the Tornado School, you, Garu Tornado, are the only one who could have left that dying message. And as a person who left that message, it's clear that you are Master Tornado's killer. Grr, will you ever quit your yapping?
Objection!
You are like wrenches clinging to the spider thread of salvation. Allow me to cut that holy thread from the heavens and bring you back down to earth.
Would you quit butting into whenever things start to go my way?
Silence, child. Playtime is over.
What did you just say?
As the witness stated, she went into the dressing room and came back out again. But the victim's note was not the only reason she left with such haste. There was another reason that compelled Geru to leave at once. Geru, would you please relate said reason to the court?
There was a reason why Geru had to leave the dressing room? Well, I didn't want to show you this, but I guess I got no choice. Keep your eyes peeled, 'cause here it comes!
Your hand's all swollen and red. What happened, Geru?
If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat.
What? Allergic reaction to buckwheat can vary, though they're usually on the severe side. With Typhoon Tornado making soba noodles in his dressing room, Geru is lucky to still be alive considering all the soba flour that was swirling in the air.
Good thing I left pretty quick. I managed to escape with just a mild reaction. But I touched Shisho as he was being carried away, and look at what it did to my poor hands. There must have been soba broth on his clothes or something. If I inhaled any of that soba flour, I'd have had a seizure, and I'd have been good night, Geru.
Well, that means you couldn't have choked him with soba dough. What kind? Wait, soba? Something that's very like soba would be udon. Do you choke him with udon dough and then make dumplings out of udon dough and then feed them to your dog?
I could have never stayed in that dressing room for very long.
A person allergic to buckwheat couldn't be in a room with soba flour in the air. And certainly couldn't use soba dough as a murder weapon either.
This isn't good.
You knew it would come to this, didn't you? That's why you never mentioned her allergy. You douche nozzle! As if I would do anything so underhanded. I was simply trying to protect the privacy of this witness.
I'm sick of all these accusations. Why don't I just testify and get it all out in the open, dear?
I'm just gonna press every single statement of this.
If I come into the slightest contact with buckwheat, I get an allergic reaction. And with that much soba flour in the air, that room could have literally killed me. Look at my hand. Just touching Shisho's body caused this much damage. There must have been some soba broth on his clothes. So I never could have committed that murder in the dressing room.
I still can't believe it. Nobody told me she had a soba allergy. Did you know, Simon?
Does it look like I knew? Protect the privacy of the witness, my foot. What a dirty trick.
Now what do we do?
There's only one thing to do. Put Prosecutor Sadmonk to shame with your cross-examination. Alrighty, I'm on it. No matter how small, I'll find an opening and break her testimony down.
We're pressing everything.
We are just pressing every single statement. All 5 of them.
Hold it!
You're not lying about the soba allergy of yours, right? Of course not! I swear on the grave of my father up in heaven! I can't even get you a doctor's certificate if you want! She seems to be telling the truth, which makes this very bad for me. I've had this allergy for as long as I can remember. But I never dreamed in a million years it cleared me of murder!
And you'll come out of this smelling like a delicate buckwheat flower to boot.
Well said, Your Honor.
Hold it!
I'll give you that there were quite a bit of flowers scattered around that dressing room. But you went in to pay your respects to your master regardless? Yeah, but like I said, I came right back out. I mean, the soba making tools were right there. You better believe I was careful not to breathe any of it in. But you still could have committed this crime if you held your breath in while doing it. Don't be ridiculous. I would have suffocated to death before Shisho did. Yeah, I guess you're right. Jeez, get a grip, will you?
Hold it!
Maybe there's a twist here, like you're actually allergic to dogs and not soba?
That would be wonderful, but I doubt it, Athena. Please don't try to entertain those thoughts.
You kidding? Bring my little Gimu in here. I'll hug and squeeze him like there's no tomorrow. I'm telling you, I have a genuine, honest-to-goodness soba allergy.
Shut up!
Defense, the witness clearly has an authentic allergy to buckwheat. Any further deliberation of the matter will be meaningless, pointless, worthless.
You heard the man, lawyer girl.
All right, fine!
I was just starting to think the same thing myself. Doesn't mean I have to like it, though. I probably got this allergic reaction on my hand because I touched Shisho.
Hold it!
I have a question about that, actually. If you're allergic to soba, doesn't that mean you're allergic to the noodle broth, too? Well, the buckwheat from the noodles can dissolve into the broth, so duh! Touching soba broth can be just as deadly to me. Don't you know anything? What an amateur!
I'm sorry. Do I look like a doctor to you?
Look. Anything that has soba in it or anything that has touched soba is like poison to me. So
Oh yeah, I'm not doing those lines.
Hold it!
So, I just want to cover all my bases, but... could the murder have possibly occurred somewhere other than the dressing room? Not really my point, but could it not be buckwheat flour that is all over the frickin' room?
Objection!
That is out of the question. By even asking, you show your complete disregard for all we have discussed until now.
Yes, I have to agree. The defense can't go around suggesting new premises without basis.
unfortunately for you, Shisho didn't take a single step from his dressing room around the time of the murder.
Well, that is unfortunate for everyone.
Give me something. I want to present something.
Geru could not have possibly committed this crime in a room where soba was being made. Finally, the time has come for the last rites of the victim to begin.
Nope! Drop what you're doing! That's not what's happening here, Prosecutor Samadi. Nyeh.
What would Mr. Wright do at a time like this? Gets! There's only one thing to do!
What are you smiling about? Has the pressure overwhelmed you?
Nope. It's just the worst of times when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I see. You have no rebuttal then. And so the only thing left for you is to smile.
Screw you, buddy. Screw you. I'm going to prove everything. We're going to see how false your lovely little testimony was.
Ho, ho, ho!
That's where you're wrong. I do have a rebuttal.
Turn your thinking around, Athena. Don't try to figure out how Geru, who was allergic to soba, could commit the crime. Figure out how Geru could be in that room and not have an allergic reaction instead.
Give me rest? Ah, maybe if I were a lump of regular flour tofu udon noodles. But I'm fresh like my soba, and you don't want soba to rest. It's all about the three freshies. Grind the buckwheat seed fresh, cut the dough fresh, boil the noodle fresh. Ooh, bleh. He's blacked out.
It appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it. Resting, do not disturb.
Yes, that's the note I saw. After reading that, who wouldn't think Shisha was napping?
If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat. Mon Dieu! What if that certain piece of evidence doesn't mean what we think it means? If that's the case, I might be able to prove that Geru could have committed this crime. No matter how hard you search your mind, you cannot overturn facts.
Well, Miss Science, if you have no further objections, I'll hand down my rule. Objection!
True, I can't overturn facts, but what if we got our facts about a piece of evidence wrong?
Screw you, buddy.
Got our facts wrong. What are you talking about now?
And which piece of evidence do you mean, Miss Science? Please point this out to the court.
This evidence proves that Geru could have killed her master, even with her soba allergy.
Ba-da-da-da-na-na-na-na-na. This is like the least amount of evidence I've ever had.
It's Master Tornado's note.
The note?
Preposterous. What possible connection could the note have? Could there be between the witness's allergy and that note?
The answer lies in the true meaning of this note. Its true meaning?
This note doesn't mean I am resting, do not disturb, as we had assumed. But rather, it actually means this dough is resting, do not disturb it.
Wait a minute, Athena. That doesn't make any sense.
You're right, it doesn't. After all, as Bucky told us many times, you don't let soba dough rest.
But what's all this jibber-jabber got to do with anything?
This is it, the home stretch. This note and Mr. Wet's words have led me to the conclusion that Master Tornado was
making udon noodles.
The victim, Typhoon Tornado, was not making buckwheat noodles. He was making ordinary udon noodles instead.
Bokuga!
That layer of flour in the dressing wasn't soba flour, but plain old wheat flour for udon. So actually, it was totally possible for Geru to be in that room and kill her master.
What? But if that's true, it changes everything!
Your Honor, the defense requests that the flour in the broom be tested immediately.
Objection!
Screw you!
But soba noodles were found in the bowl and Garo did have a reaction on her hand. How do you explain those things?
Well?
Even were it udon flour instead of soba, you still cannot prove Garo committed the crime.
But... I will prove it, damn you! Don't lose your nerve now. Keep charging forward or you'll feel my blade at your back. Enough with the threats already. I got it. Talk about pressure. All right, Athena. Take a deep breath and go over everything again.
Ooh, we're doing it! We're doing this! This is probably the only thing I really like about this. It's really fun.
I'm going to revisualize the case from start to finish. I have to find conclusive evidence that Garo committed this murder. What was Master Tornado making in his dressing room?
Udon.
Why would you even give me ramen as an option? By my logic, Master Tornado must have been making udon noodles in his dressing room. But something at the crime scene indicates otherwise. What was found in the bowl at the table?
Soba.
Even though the master wasn't making soba noodles were found at the scene. So that means the noodles had to have come from somewhere else. Wait a minute. One mysterious serving of soba noodles? That sounds familiar. I already picked this up a long time ago, Athena. Please, keep up with the times. Where did the soba in the bowl on the table come from?
Soba was the master's soba stock.
The soba noodles found at the crime scene were from the master's stock of uncooked noodles. But then why would the culprit go out of her way to cook the soba and put it in the bowl? Why did the culprit cook the soba noodles and put them in that bowl? Soba was found at the scene. So that means the culprit must have taken the udon with her to hide it. But why did the culprit take the udon away to hide it? It must have been because she...
The murder weapon was udon dough!
That's it! Udon dough was the real weapon used to kill Typhoon Tornado. And the reason why no weapon was found was because Garo got rid of the dough somehow.
Ah yeah! We're smug! We figured it out!
The real murder weapon was the udon dough the victim made. If we can find this dough, that'll prove my theory correct. And undeniably prove Garu's guilt.
Objection!
Screw you!
Even if we could find this dough, what makes you think that it would prove she is the one?
Please recall Owen's eyewitness testimony, Prosecutor Samadi. If the injury on Garu's forehead was caused by the victim's knife, then Garu's blood must have dripped on the dough used as a murder weapon. That would make the dough pretty conclusive evidence, wouldn't you agree?
Ah, but where is this conclusive evidence? It's buried by a dog. Let us hear your theory on where the murder weapon is.
Well, it's... If I can't find the answer to this in the evidence I have on hand, we'll lose this trial. So how did Garu get rid of the udon dough? Think, Athena, think! What do I have that points to suspicious behavior on Garu's part?
Now then, Miss Sights, let's hear your answer! Where is the real murder weapon hidden?
Nice barking you did there. I assume you have a bite to back it up? Stop distracting me! Especially not right now! This piece of evidence can point us to the location of the hidden murder weapon.
Yeah, Simon's testimony is over here.
BAM!
Giru!
Huh? What is it? I'm just an innocent girl. I don't know anything about a murder. Stuff that cute act with your balloon hat.
Giru got rid of the dough she used to kill Master Tornado in a bold and daring way. She did it right in front of Prosecutor Blackwell's nose by feeding it to her dog.
No!
Of course, now it all makes sense. I was puzzled as to why Karu, who should know her own dog's eating habits, would feed Jutemu more than he could possibly finish.
Your Honor, please order an investigation of the yard right now. And what should the police at the theater be looking for exactly? Jukemu must have buried his leftover dumplings somewhere around his doghouse. Dumplings that Giru made out of the udon dough with her blood in it. This is preposterous.
I want to thank you, Simon. If you hadn't kept me going, I might have given up along the way.
What are you blabbering on about? You still have work to do.
Screw you.
Now, by your hand, finish this wretched case off, Athena.
You got it.
Giru, do you remember what you said would happen if the truth is finally revealed?
When the truth's revealed, it'll be your balloon and mine that goes pop. Got it?
Well, now the truth's out and it looks to me like it's your balloon that goes pop. Ag! Yes! Oh, smack him around, smack him around. Oh, yes. Pokunka.
I'm a Rakugo artist. I was the one who was supposed to inherit that name. But then, Shisho... Why are my balloons bursting? Daddy, are you mad at me? I've been a bad girl.
Oh, my.
Are you ready to tell us everything now, Karu? The whole reason I entered the world of Rakugo in the first place was to follow in my father's wonderful footsteps and inherit his stage name.
His stage name? You don't mean Unado Tornado?
I knew I wasn't very good
Oh, so she's not.
good at storytelling, but I thought that if I did the stupid balloon thing like Shisho wanted, I'd inherit the name someday.
But Master Tornado gave the name to his junior disciple.
Yeah? That's why I took my revenge on Shisho during the show celebrating the name succession.
So that was your entire motive?
I doubt anybody else can understand, but inheriting my father's name was everything to me. It was my whole reason for living.
Of all the days you could have taken your revenge, why did you choose the day of the show?
Because I wanted to pay Unado back for stealing what was rightfully mine. I wanted to pin the blame on him at the show where all of the tornado plans were gathered. But then Tornado tried to shift the blame onto Bucky Wet. And now we know the whole story.
There's just one more thing I want to know. Did you know Master Tornado was making udon in his dressing room yesterday?
No, I didn't. When I saw the soba making tools, I was worried about my allergy. But it was my only chance to get revenge on the two of them, so I went ahead and did it.
So it was a premeditated crime, but in the end you only went through with it on impulse. Then, the allergic reaction on your hand. It was from touching the soba in the refrigerator with your bare hands. When you were tampering with the crime scene after your master's death.
Yeah. But that time I wasn't clear-headed enough to worry about my allergy.
Geru, how could you do all this, you idiot?
Geru, I get your desire to inherit your father's name. But what you really should have inherited from him wasn't his name, but his heart. His heart?
Do you have anything to add, Prosecutor Samadi? Any objections?
No, Your Honor. Miss Athena Sights.
Yes? That's the first time he's used my name.
I shall be sure to remember your name.
Really? It seems he finally recognizes you as a proper adversary.
Thanks! That's all I ask, Prosecutor Samadi.
It looks like there are no further objections. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant.
He's not drunk anymore! Yay!
Ah, good. It seems you have made a full recovery. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Bucky Wet, not guilty. Bum, 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 ba-da! We won! We won! We won the trial! We won the case! We won the trial! We won the case! We won! We won! We won! We won! We won! Oh dear God! The next chapter! I'm gonna regret it. This court is adjourned. May 13th, 11:55 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 6.
Congratulations, Bucky. I'm so glad you were found innocent.
Thanks for everything, Miss Chickadee.
But it still sucks that you were accused of a crime you didn't commit. Did Unedo have it out for you or something?
I don't think so. Unedo said it was a spur-of-the-moment idea he got when he saw the soba-themed cards.
Simon, where have you been?
I stopped in Unedo's questioning. Only you, Bucky, could get framed for a crime on a whim.
No way!
I almost got convicted out of convenience.
Well, at least you've been completely cleared of all charges, so buck up, Bucky! On a more important note, what I really want to know is, why didn't Master Tornado let Geru inherit her father's name?
What do you mean, on a more important note, Miss Chickadee?
Oh, don't be such a wet blanket. Wet blanket. Just go with the flow. Now, come on. You think the Master was trying to encourage her to quit the entertainment business?
No, that's not it. He didn't give the name to her because he wanted Geru to find her own calling in life. To perform whatever she wanted without being bound by her father's name or Rakugo. Making udon was his way of showing his support for her in her new endeavor.
So that's why he called you to the theater, huh? To teach him how to make udon?
A more roundabout way I've never seen, but that's Master Tornado for you.
So this entire incident happened because of a misunderstanding? How sad. I agree with you, Athena. That is horribly sad.
By the way, Kiru wasn't the only person Master Tornado was trying to cheer on. Even though the person in question still seems unaware of the Master's intentions. What? You talking about me? Come on, no way. All that old man ever did was criticize my soba.
That's not true, Bucky. There must be a way to make Bucky see how much Master Tornado cared about him.
Take that!
Take a good look at this, Bucky, whose name is on there as a holder of this title deed.
It's still in my name? Master Tornado was just up to one of his tricks when he said he stole the shop from you. He was trying to force you to grow into a truly capable owner in your father's stead.
He probably used some tough love on you so that the shop wouldn't just go belly up.
I see. I never knew. Oh, Master Tornado,
I'm sorry. Keep working hard, Bucky, and pay him back by living up to his expectations. Thanks, Simey. And you too, Miss Chickadee. One day my soba's gonna be so good, it'll knock that old man's socks clean off. After all, I'm the 4th generation over of Wit soba. Wit noodle number 4. Well, I better get going back to my shop. I gotta get ready for the lunch rush.
Hold on. Could I place an order for delivery, Bucky?
Yes, Miss Chickadee.
Could you deliver a bowl of udon to Geru on behalf of her master?
You got it. I'll make sure it's got all the TLC Master Tornado would have packed in it too.
Thank you.
Well, see ya. Be sure to drop by the shop sometime.
I will, and I'll bring the whole agency with me.
Do us all proud, Bucky. I'll have the best soba soba in town waiting for you when you come. Peace out.
Beep. It's nice to see somebody giving it their all, isn't it? I wonder if I leveled up any thanks to this case.
Don't kid yourself. The trial would have been a spectacle and a half had I not been by your side.
I agree with you, Simon. I agree with you 120%. You don't know that!
For a lawyer who's versed in psychology, you're too full of weak points. You need to learn to analyze yourself more objectively.
Or you could just teach me your famous mind trick, Simon.
No.
Way to shut someone down, and why not?
Because the more pesky lawyers there are, the harder my job becomes. Oh, Simon. So it's in my best interest for you to remain green forever.
She's never green if I'm behind her with my logic, so... Hey, what about what's in my best interest, huh? Besides, weren't you the one who had the wool pulled over your eyes by Unedo?
Must you remind me? How could I have known Unedo would do time soba?
Hey, speaking of time soba, I just thought of something funny.
Oh, goody, I can't wait.
Okay, here it is. In time soba, why didn't the mon number 9 get counted? Come on, do you know, Simon?
How should I know?
Because 7, 8, 9. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
that was bad, Athena. That was so bad.
ROTFLOL! ROTFL! That I should have known. Come on, let's go get soba or something and go home.
Your treat?
I'll treat you with 50% of the tab, and don't forget, you still owe me for that manju.
Really, Simon? It wouldn't hurt for you to pay for me every once in a while, you know?
Quit squawking and start walking, Athena.
Hey, wait for me! I may still have a ways to go as a lawyer, but just like Mr. Wright, Apollo, and Simon before me, I'm gonna get there someday. After all, I've inherited their passion for our courts and the law. Chipwix Lafferty! I can do this! I apologize for my horrible French.
And alrighty, everybody, that wraps up Turnabout Storyteller. Woohoo! And we've unlocked episode 5, Turnabout Revolution. Bum 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 ba-dun! Yes, that's right. Next time we will be starting off Turnabout Revolution. If you guys are watching this later on today, the day that this is posted, you guys can catch me on a live stream where we finish off the first chapter of The Great Ace Attorney, where I am live translating it for you all to enjoy the story as I give you it in English, where it has not been in English before. Anyway, thank you all for joining me today, and as you can see, my objection screen is coming on screen. You can press that lovely button on the top to head on over to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. In that lovely playlist, you will see me trying to be the lawyer in blue during the first game of this lovely series. Or you can click on that bottom button to head on over to my playthrough of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, where, guess what? I'm playing a game called Ace Attorney again! Like, that's not something that's on the channel all the time. Like, it's not something I dedicated the whole month to. And guess what? We deal with a bomber in the first case. Doesn't that sound exciting? Or, if you really like the content on this channel, please click that big red button down below to subscribe to the channel today. And please, leave your comments and likes. Comment on the video and leave your likes so that I can know how this series is doing. I do love interacting with you guys, and I do see and try to communicate with every comment that I can. So please, tell me what you guys thought about the episode, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Bye, everyone.